things are very different. Ah. Now, I'm sure some people said, why, Susie, why on earth would you want to be so happy about a factory cart in your studio? Well, this morning, I went down to the basement and I grabbed all the paint that was down there. I didn't see any snakes. I was very happy about that. I also grabbed some benches and I found another chunk of garden hose, and this is a good one. Both ends work and it's not fused to anything else, so that's going to work out really well. I came to a conclusion. This board that I was going to use for the backdrop for my YouTube channel, it's just not going to be big enough for my life. So I found this. I'm going to drag this out by the baby pool to things that need to be cleaned. And I found, keep talking about wanting to make paper. I have done it in the past. I actually made this out of gladiola leaves after I harvested the flowers. This is made out of paper that I just threw in the blender and put some embroidery thread in. This one is made out of grass. And they don't dry actually flat. I let them, I took them out of the little press thing that I had made a little too soon. But the fun thing about this stuff is if you hold it over the tea kettle, you can bend it and form it into different shapes to cover things with. So that was a fun discovery. And as I've been going through my wonderful collections of things, trying to get everything ready for the studio, I found this purse that somebody gave me. They were cleaning up their closet and they said, "Oh, Susie, it's a Coach bag." And I thought, that's kind of strange. I don't even have a horse, let alone a coach. But anyways, I found it a very good place to keep the things that I use to do my, I'm making flowers out of tin can lids. I was watching Joshua Alexander on Ushitat, and he was out in his yard banging on old siding and turning it into roses, and I thought it was so cool, but I just don't have the arm strength to do that or any extra house siding. But for some reason, I've been saving tin can lids. So I have a piece of metal here. I put cardboard over it, and then I use my different styles hammers here for different effects. And then I got some old cutting tools, and I can make whirly gigs in them with this. Ding, 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 ding. Sometimes I use wood to bang them out. And can lids come in all different colors. You know, whatever's in them turns things a different color. So I am trying to match that out. I think this will make fun poppies someday. And I've been working away in here. I found the broom. I used the broom, but I didn't see where I put the dustpan. So I guess that's my next major quest, and stay tuned for updates. Anyways, what happened today was, I guess this may fall into my making videos. I was out rototilling, and the wheel, this pin broke here, that usually goes here, and there's a little clip that goes through the bottom, and I don't know, it's gone the way of the dodo. It disappeared. So I went through a bunch of cans and stuff, and because we're still on quarantine. We're in the second phase of reopening, but I don't want to go out and just for something this simple. Now I know there's a lot of play in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of that with the Handy Girls secret weapon, duct tape. I'm going to fill up that gap so that it's not flippy flopping around, and hopefully it will have enough strength to withstand the pressures. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. Over here at the rototiller, here we go. It worked. It held up fine. And I got pretty lucky. I found a whole can full of those things, whatever they are, and I just duct taped one right to the can, so if that ever happens again, I'll be good to go. Okay, now I'm in the barn. I am in the area of the heater, what's becoming propane and accessory area. I haven't seen that corner since I was a kid, I don't think. I did come across some rolly stands for like when you're cutting a board to slide them down. Some of them work. And a couple things that can use as a hanger. I can't back up to get a wider shot, but those two boards are OSHA boards that go with the scaffolding. There's the top of the clothes poles my dad made. Paint, coffee can, chainsaw. I might send that off for a little fluff and a buff. It's been a while, and I might let somebody else do that and make sure it's doing its thing. There's the chop saw. And it's funny, I was pretty sure the spray gun that works with the air compressor was in a white box upside down on the bottom shelf behind all that stuff. So that was a big reason to bust it out and get moving on that. And then I went over to grab a screwdriver the other day, and boom, there it is, right there, right next to the ones that are just for show. So here's a bunch of things I need to sort out and straighten out, but I created all that. And that's actually the wheel mechanism for the chain falls, which is called a crane. And when the rails at the bottom are cleared out, I can move this whole thing forward out to the door. It goes like 6 feet from those doors. And I mean, I've seen dump trucks in here. My dad built crane booms in here, and that thing is really, really handy. So I don't think I'm going to be doing anything that big, but you can never tell. Oh yay, there's some barn swallows. Anyways, long-term project, what I really want to do before I bring that stuff in here is I scored this bench on the side of the road, and it's solid oak, and it's heavy, and it's sturdy, and it's, I mean, it's really, really well built. It's also just covered in oil, so I have to be careful when I use it, what I'm working on. But what I want to do is clear all this slime material off here and bring it down towards this back wall or this other wall, because there's really good lighting up above it, and there's access to all those lights and plugs. That's where the pipe benders and all the other metal accessories he had going on lived. So there's really good lighting all along that area, and I'd like to turn that area into, I don't know what, but just make it more than a place to put things. So that's that. And then here's a rolled up factory mat on the floor. I'm going to drag that out of here and put it in between that gourd bed to kind of kill out some of that grass and give the vines somewhere to grow when they get going. And over here, ooh, I was able to get together a little collection of broken brooms, pickaxes, and various handles. When I was doing a lot of landscape work, I like to paint my handles because then nobody wanted to steal my stuff. Because for me, it was cute having a little pink handled rake, but some big gnarly dude really doesn't want to be seen like that. Oh, and I'm saving that chair. I want to do that. That flew off a car that was randomly driving by. It's a rocker. and landed next to my mom, and it was open, like ready to sit down. So she had it for years. That was her chair on the porch. But the webbing went on it, and I want to redo that just as a little memorial to her. And because I don't have enough projects going on. And here's just more random stuff. Anyways, that's all for this little dink. Hey, it's the summertime, 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 summertime. Thanks for coming back. Hope you enjoy the show. Chickens like bananas. You know, I think it's time for a makeover. Okay, here we are back in the shop, and I have made a lot of progress out here. Yeah, I found this, I actually hid this hook for myself for about 4 days, which in the long run was actually a good idea. Because originally I was going to put it right here on the edge, but then I realized I was going to walk into it all the time, so I'm going to mount it over here where I know there's something solid to mount it to. But that means I have to move these because I actually do have equipment that has handles that are attached to them that are good, and I'd like to put them there. And I've also been moving and grooving and finding a few things that I've found a couple times. One of them is this little bed setup that I got that was, believe it or not, where the chicken coop is now, there was this big metal rack that had like 6 sheets of plywood across it, and that's where my dad kept his hydraulics, iron cutters, and various odds and ends that he picked up along the way, which at one point had started to lean forward, so I couldn't open up that door, and I had to get a whole bunch of jacks out and do all kinds of things and move all the hydraulics out into here so that I could open up the back door. Lifestyles of the poor and abundant. Well, hello, we're back out here in the studio. I was gonna go upstairs to get some bling to work on the birdhouses, and one thing leads to another. So I came across a few costume pieces, some pearls, which I thought might as well put them on because this is my Sewing with Susan segment, I guess. That's all. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy the show.